Yo, what is up, guys? So today we got something really cool. This is Elemental Shaddolls over here, and this is a showcase of it, courtesy of Bubba5681. You made a really cool deck, homie, so shout outs to you indeed. But what I really like about this is, well, I really like Shaddolls. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember when it was like Shaddolls, Burning Abyss, the Satellar Knights. That was like the Trinity, and I guess there was Cleese to an extent at one point also, back when Contract was still legal. But what I really like with the Elemental Sabers here is that you're able to utilize some of the Shaddol cards that you normally wouldn't have. And also, Scoldy, it makes every deck more consistent that can explode with some huge plays. Now, also, because of the Elemental Saber cards, like Temple of the Elemental Lords, you're able to just search out whatever card you want, and then from there you can actually make some of the fusions, like the Fire Shaddol or the Water Shaddol, which normally would be a little bit more difficult to make. Plus, the El Shaddol Onolotalis over here has a pretty decent effect, where neither player can special monsters from the hand or graveyard with spell or trap effects, and that's relevant for some archetypes. The fire one can also technically stop cards from special summoning, so that's also a pretty decent card. And then we have access also to, of course, Shaddol Construct, the Link monster that allows you to fusion during your main phase using monsters from your hand or field as material, and then if it's sent to the graveyard, you get a bonus effect where you can send a Shaddol and then special summon it. However, in this instance, Daedalus just banished everything, so it's going to make it quite difficult. Now, what I also like about the Elemental Shaddol deck is that Temple of the Elemental Lords really increases Winda's stats, so Winda actually becomes much more of a threat, as you guys will see. But anyways, we see Grista summoned over here, and this card's pretty good. So during the push turn, when your opponent would special summon a monster or monsters, and you have a Shaddol card in your hand, you get to negate the summon, then send a Shaddol card from the hand to the graveyard. So, really good stuff. And then we have Molehue, which is basically like a Book of Moon on legs. And then we see the Gold Sark activated. Raiden is now summoned. Fairy Tale Stone, I'm going to go ahead and Book of Moon Molehue, so Molehue cannot Book of Moon any other cards. But Molehue is going to actually activate its Book of Moon effect and put Metaphys Tyrant Dragon, where it's unaffected by trap effects, and also can make a second attack, so he has to kind of stop that. But again, Winda is actually much stronger. And look at this. This Falco has 2,600 defense points, keeping itself alive. And he attacked into it. I would not expect a Shaddol Falco either to have 2,600 defense points, which is still quite a bit. Now, I don't know who wins this duel yet. I'm actually excited to see who wins, because I just got up to pretty much about this part, and I'm like, okay, dude, I gotta showcase off this, because Shaddolls was one of my favorite archetypes. Now, because Bagasuka is here, it's going to put everything to defense. But look at the stats on the monsters, because there's so many different elements in the graveyard, right? We have so much bonus attack, because each different monster with a different attribute gain 200 for each. So it starts to add up quite a bit over here. And actually, okay, he's making Galaxy Eyes. He's going to Snatch Steal the Grista over here, but Trick Clown going to go ahead and pay 1,000 and come back on board. And then Thousand Blades is back on board. Wow, this is going to be a really good comeback. If he decides to come back, hopefully he'll come back. I'm actually rooting for Shaddolls because, well, oh gosh, this card is too strong, man. But he still has Shaddol Fusion if his opponent happens to get something from the extra deck. Alright, so we see an Ash Blossom. Wow, she's so thick with that 3,200. Or now it's 3,000 defense points. Oh, he stole it. Oh, wow. Okay, dude. But he has a card from the extra deck against Shaddol Fusion. Oh. Dang, he's getting rid of the Temple of the Elemental Lords. Oh, Chris X is gonna take the victory here, so shoutouts to you, man. Metaphys Daedalus is still a really powerful card. I really legit thought that, wait, it's not supposed to be Chris X, hold on. It's Broken Tune. I don't know why the names just changed on me, but Bubba and Broken, well, now it's apparently Tyga and Chris X. I don't know what is up with the replay system here. But anyways, well, shouts to everyone, alright? But courtesy of you guys for sending that amazing game plan. I really just want to go over the Shaddolls. Although the Metaphys player won, I was really more interested in this deck, so I want to give you guys a deck profile in case some of you guys might be interested in playing this variant. Because again, I think it's a very interesting variant on Shaddolls, because a lot of us probably have Shaddolls. I mean, Shaddolls is a pretty cheap deck right now, but it was really cool. I mean, we got to see Scoldy, we got to see Shaddol Contract, not El Shaddol. But we got to see a lot of this stuff that normally doesn't see some play. And there's also another interesting card, but I'll go over. But anyways, for those of you guys that want to try out the deck yourselves, here's the deck profile. As you guys saw, I really suggest adding in Max C to the deck. But Anyways, we got Willard, double Shaddolls Beast, double Mulheel, 1 Dragon, 2 copies of Squamata, 3 copies of Trick Clown, 1,000 Blades, 1 Elemental Saber Nelu, 2 copies of Hedgehog, 3 copies of Ash Forehead, 3 copies of Bikini, which searches out any of the other cards. And then we got 2 copies of Falco, 1 Raigeki, 3 copies of Shaddolls Fusion, 3 Terraforming, 1 Foolish, 2 copies of El Shaddolls Fusion. Actually, in the OCG, I believe this is still at... Whoa! And the OCG's at triple now? What? I thought this card was at 1. It was at 1 in the OCG for like the longest time. But crazy. Alright, well anyways, we got 3 copies of Temple of the Elemental Lords and 3 copies of the Peru Shaddolls Aeon, which is a really interesting card. I haven't really seen anyone play this card. He did happen to play it. I personally think the card is interesting, but I'm not sure if I would play it myself. But anyways, you target a Shaddolls monster you control, you send 1 Shaddolls card from your hand to the graveyard. If you do, the targeted monster gains 1,000 attack and defense, but it's changed to face down defense position during the end phase. I mean, that can technically help out with the stats that Winda has, but I feel like Winda is kind of the card to make this format, because obviously it's got a pretty good effect where each player can only special summon monsters once per turn while this card is face up on the field, and since it has the ability to be immune to being destroyed by card effects, like your opponent can't like respond to it necessarily as easy as other things. Again, Book of Moon is just not too relevant in the game at the moment, but I think this card is just great. And on top of that, like if you boost it up, now it was summoned once during the game. Now just getting it up to like 3,000, where it's like, oh, it can't be short of card effects and you can only special summon once. Like it's really difficult for a lot of decks to deal with this. Even though in this instance, like again, Metafist kind of outclasses the deck in that aspect, courtesy of Daedalus. Just I special summon 1 monster, banish everything. Really strong and powerful effect. But anyways, for the extra deck, 1 Shekinarga, 1 Anonautilus, 1 Grista, 2 copies of Winda, 1 Trish, 1 Beals, 1 Black Rose, 1 Aturi Beast, 1 Bagasuka, 1 Castell, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Scoldy, 1 Curios, and 1 Shaddolls Construct for the Link monster. But anyways, really cool deck. Let me know, guys, what you think of it. I think it's a really cool and innovative deck. Like I said, I would personally make some changes. Let me know, guys, what you would change with this. Obviously, I'm going to put it in Max C. That goes in like every one of my decks. Alright, that's just like a requirement. But I would probably drop the Peru Shaddolls Aeon. I know it can help out with the Winda plays technically, but you have this, and you're running 3 copies of Terraforming. I feel like the consistency should be there, but I don't know, I'd probably put in Pod of Desires honestly too, because I feel like that card is so strong. But yeah, I feel like this card, I don't know, it's a little bit too slow. Traps are just really not in right now in Yu-Gi-Oh! Unless, of course, it's the Solemn line, which I maybe would add into. But let me know, guys, what you think of the deck if you try it out yourself. I'll probably be streaming later this week, and I definitely want to mess around with Shaddolls a little bit more, because this is a really cool build. Like I said, I like decks with options, and it does have options for that. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the vid. If you did, drop a like on it, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for innovative and crazy Yu-Gi-Oh! videos.